views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances. Now enjoy the show.
Hello, thank you for joining me for Tea and Herbalism. This is Lady D, and we'll embark on a journey learning about herbalism. Well, I'll be teaching about herbalism, and we'll enjoy some tea together. So initially, we're going to have a tea by Tea Bloom. I like this light to keep it warm. I have a little glass teapot here. I'll show you this. They come in these little balls. It's quite amazing. We'll just drop it in. Make sure you can see. And the water is extremely hot. So I'm using a pot holder. I want to get all the water in there. We'll add the lid. Keep all the herbal goodness inside. And we'll come back and we'll take a look. You can already see the water changing colors as the tea is infusing. And like I said, we'll come back. I have a teacup ready here. Cute little teacup. A saucer. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add the honey just so it's ready when the tea is ready. So while we wait for our tea today, I'm going to go ahead and jump in talking about lavender. So this is my jar of lavender. So there's different strains of lavender. So there's Lavandula angustifolia. That is in the mint family. Believe it or not. I'm going to show you how you can see the actual lavender flowers. And it smells absolutely amazing. We'll use this lavender that fell for something else. So, and there's common lavender, true lavender, and English lavender. So this one is Lavandula intermedia. And it's used for bathing, cooking, perfume, and burns. So one time I burnt myself cooking, on the skillet. And I hurried up and grabbed some lavender essential oil. You can use whatever brand you like. I actually have a few because, like I said, lavender is one of my favorites. So I have a couple different brands of lavender. And there are different strains, actually, of lavender. If you have a burn, you can just drop, we'll call it neat, and you just drop it directly on the skin, rub it in, and it'll help ease that burn. Even if it's been a few days, you can put that on. So if it's the same day, it should stop the stinging and the pain. because lavender is good for pain. And if it's been a few days and that burn is scabbed over and it's still hurting a little, you can go ahead and put that lavender essential oil on, and it should help ease the healing. So I want to share with you. So lavender is used for anti-anxiety. So if you have anxiety, it's good for that. It's antiseptic, antispasmodic, meaning if you have spasms, you could rub it on the muscle. And it's a diuretic. Most of the tea is a diuretic. Nervine, so it relaxes the nerves, and it reduces gas. It's a sedative. So a lot of you may know they have different lavender sprays you can spray on your bed for bedtime to help you sleep. And actually here I have a sleep pillow that has lavender as one of the ingredients. Actually, you can't see inside now because it's in a tea bag, all the ingredients, and then I put it in this other bag. You put it in your pillowcase or in the bed with you, and the smell of the lavender helps you relax. But again, you can spray your bed with lavender essential oil and water. This is a nice spray, and it helps ease and calm your nerves, help you relax for sleeping. And I have this. It's lavender flowers, which I ground. Okay, so I use a coffee grinder, but it's only for herbs. So if you ground your own herbs in a coffee grinder, make sure that it's only for that you never use it for coffee. Yeah. So you don't want to cross-contaminate your herbs with coffee or coffee with your herbs. So I ground the lavender up and mix it with baking soda. And you can put it in your shoe for foot powder. Again, when I change my sheets, I'll put this between the mattress pad, and my sheets. And it just smells wonderful. It's relaxing. It's amazing. So as you can tell, I really like lavender. Um, it also can relieve arthritis pain and help heal sprains and strains, and backaches. So if you're saying, oh, your back hurts, you can either drink a tea with lavender or rub it on get some essential oil and rub it on your back or wherever you're hurting at. And also, if you can't put lavender on your skin, because you have to know about yourself, you can use a carrier oil. So you can use olive oil. I use a calendula oil, and I can show you on another day how to make that. So you use calendula flowers with the olive oil, and it makes a nice infusion. And then you can use that as your base. But if you just have olive oil, you can drop some lavender essential oil in there and rub it where you're hurting and help stop that pain in your body. And I also have it in the bedtime tea. So this was not my recipe, but it has lavender, chamomile, rose. Just excuse my voice. I'm getting over a cold. And it smells absolutely amazing. There's a video where I made this. And smelling that actually helped clear up my throat and breathing. So, again, lavender is amazing. So, let's come back to our tea and see if I have enough water. I don't think I have enough to have it bloom completely. I'll show you what I mean. It is hot, but that ball is starting to unwind. I think I'm going to grab some more water and add to it. So hold on, I'll be right back. Now I want you to see how it actually looks when it unfolds and unwraps upon itself. And I'll taste it, let you know what it tastes like, if I like it or not. Then we'll talk a little bit about the tea. They have different, actually maybe I'll show you on the box. They have different ones. And they open up, they're actual flowers sewn together. You see. Now have their own different. I guess I could show you this one on the front. I don't think that's the one I picked today. But it's a beautiful sight. You know, a lot of times you may not know when you have a cup of tea, like chamomile or something with roses, herbs. It's herbal tea. And that herb is helping you do what it does. Let me see what else I could tell you about lavender while we wait for that tea. I think I told you it helps soothe muscles. If you have a neck ache or a little twitch, you can use the lavender essential oil. Or if you have the flowers, and have yourself a tea. Lunar Love by Denise, where everything is handmade in small batches. You can reach me at my Etsy website or at my email address and place your order. I'm also known as Lady D. Thank you. Thank you for joining me back here for a little TV magic or YouTube magic. I added more water. So we're just going to wait for that. It looks happy now. I'm going to wait for that to unfurl. So with the blooming teas, it does take a while for the magic to happen. But I want you to see how absolutely beautiful this is. Actually, let me see which one this was. I told you it's like 5 or 6 different ones. This is the Rising Hearts. So this one is called Rising Hearts. As you can see, it has bloomed and has the 3 yellow flowers, but over to the side. Somehow when they took a picture in the box, it was just straight up and down. Maybe the way I dropped it in there, and you can see how it's quite hot. You can see how it's unfurled and how the actual flowers have bloomed up. So let's pour some. Try and keep the lid on. So for those of you that know me, you know I love teapots, tea herbs, and I love a cute tea kettle. I'll show you this one's cast iron. So this one actually went on the stove and heated the water. It has a little trivet. And I was able to pour it into my glass teapot where you can see how that bloomed. It has a little trivet underneath with the flame, the little tea light candle. And this beautiful teacup, I showed you the inside earlier. On the inside, it says a certain darkness is needed to see the stars. And there's stars throughout the cup. And the little saucer has constellations. And this came from Killstar. I believe this one's discontinued. But if you look, they have people reselling on there. They're gently used items. Or you may get one for sale. That's on sale. That's beautiful. The smell of it and the taste. I added a little honey earlier. This is a nice, delightful treat. As you can smell the flowers, you can smell the roses. It's a nice, light taste. Well, thank you for joining me on this journey with herbalism. So today we learned about lavender and the different products that I've made with lavender. And if you say, I'm not making a tea, a sleep pillow, or anything else with lavender, you can definitely email me at lunarlovebydenise@gmail.com. And if you see something you want to order, just shoot me a message and we'll talk about it there. And also, if you have stinky shoes or you just want your bed to be nice and comfortable, we have the lavender with baking soda, real quick and easy. I think I may have a video I could share with you of how I ground up the lavender, but just to smell the lavender as it's grinding up. Actually, even I've been playing with these little pieces of lavender that fell earlier. They smell amazing. I just thought of something to share with you. There is controversy about ingesting essential oils. So I'll leave you to whatever camp you're in. If you want to ingest essential oils or not, I'm not telling you to do that. But in the summer, I love a glass of lemonade with a drop or two of lavender essential oil. And that lavender, it hits something different. I can refill my cup of lemonade over and over without adding more lavender. And it's nice and soothing, relaxing, and it just amps up that taste of the lemonade. So you use your own judgment. There was a disclaimer played. But if you choose to ingest essential oils, as I choose to, it's helpful. You can do that. And again, let's enjoy some more tea. If you want to know about this tea, you can also drop me a comment if you want to know about lavender. And I can share the link to Amazon. If you want to learn more about lavender, drop a comment and let me know. And if you enjoyed the show and enjoyed what you learned and you want to learn more or you want to learn about a different herb, just let me know. And we'll go from there. Again, tea time. Thank you.